Hello, it's Dumplet here. Welcome to part 24 of 25 of the College Entrance Test Review. Credits to the review masters for providing me with these items. To continue, the product of negative x raised to m plus 1 and negative x raised to m minus 1 is, and we're given with 4 choices. Now recall the following property of exponents. So if we have the same base here, so let's say a, so a raised to m times a raised to n, so if I multiply them, I can put them into one exponent by just simply adding them. So a raised to m times a raised to n, that's the same as a raised to m plus n. Now, to get the product of this, well, we can first take note that we have two negatives here. So negative times negative, so I can just remove them already since two negatives make up a positive. And we can use this property. So I have the same base here of x, so I know that when I take the product of these two, I can make it as x, and then I'll raise it to the sum of m plus 1 and m minus 1. Now m plus 1 plus m minus 1, it's just 2m. Since the plus 1 and the minus 1 will cancel, just giving us 2m. So this is just simply x raised to 2m. So comparing this, we have choice A. Next, if y is an integer and y plus 3 is greater than 0, so an inequality here, what is the least possible value of y? Now this inequality, highlighted in blue, we can solve for that easily. So y is greater than negative 3. Now what is the least possible value of y? Now take note, y is an integer. So we know that if I draw a number line here, and let's say this is the negative 3 mark, it's going to cover everything. So the black line over here, or the black graph here, that serves as our solution, graphical solution. So since y is an integer, then obviously the next integer that it will hit here is going to be negative 2. So, and this will be on the line. So the least possible value of y would be negative 2. So just a little concept, refresher, I guess, on what integers are. They are values that do not have anything after the decimal point. Now fractions, well, they can express in decimals. For example, 5/4, that's equal to 1.25. And when everything is expressed in decimals, any number that do not have numbers after decimal point, they're considered integers. So it's an exact value. So next, 95, 2 times 2x cubed is equal to, and 4 choices. So this item is pretty trivial, so I guess it's just a bonus for us. So 2 times 2x cubed, well, what we have to do is just multiply this 2 and this 2 in the inside. So that becomes 4x cubed. So pretty simple. So there we have choice A. So I guess it's not necessary that the difficult items are at the end. So I guess it's very important to note that if you really get stuck on an item, make sure you skip it and then just come back to it after, because you might miss some of these questions, which are easier at the end. Item 96. For what value of k does the graph of y equals x squared minus 3x minus k pass through the point negative 1, 2? Now negative 1, 2 is of the form x, y. So in fact, x here is negative 1, and then y here is 2. So we can substitute this into the given equation. So 2 equals negative 1 quantity squared minus 3 times negative 1 minus k. And all we have to do is just solve for k. Now the 2 here, it becomes a 2. Negative 1 squared becomes a 1. Negative 3 times negative 1 here becomes a plus 3. So then we solve for k. So let's move k to the other side, so it becomes positive. And then 1 plus 3 here gives 4. So it's going to be 4. And then this 2, let's put it on the other side. So 4 minus 2. So we're going to get that k is equal to 2. And this corresponds to choice B. Hopefully you guys learned something new from this video. And I'll see you in the final part, part 25. Bye-bye.